Hola chicos, this is Miss Schaefer. Today your homework will be focusing on Vocabulario en Contexto de capítulo 4A. Está en páginas 172 y 173. Y la pregunta hoy, the question today, is how can I talk about places that I go when I'm not in school? So we're going to come up with some vocabulary to talk about things that we do when we are not in school. On this first page, we're going to look at the names of some places to go. So you'll want to write all of these down on your list of vocabulary and definitions that you are keeping. El gimnasio significa gym. El parque is park. That one's pretty obvious. How we have the first part of the word here is park. El centro comercial is mall. And this literally means the center of commerce, or the commerce center. So if that helps you remember that it's a mall, a center where there's lots of commerce or business going on, you can remember that. Ir de compras, you already know that ir means to go. So ir de compras means to go shopping. El trabajo is work. La lección de piano is a piano lesson. And as you might be able to guess, you could do la lección de a lot of things. So you could do la lección de la flauta, of flute, or la lección de trompeta, of trumpet, or la lección de natación, a swimming lesson. El cine is the theater. Ver una película, you know, ver means to see. So ver una película is to see a movie. La biblioteca is the library. And la piscina is the pool. If you need to pause for a moment and write these down, feel free. We're going to move on to a conversation in which we can see some of these words used. Our two grammar goals in this chapter are to learn how to conjugate the verb ir, which means to go, and to learn how to ask questions. So you'll see some of those throughout the next couple of slides. So ella pregunta, she asks, en tu tiempo libre, después de las clases, ¿qué haces? Tiempo libre is free time. That should be on your list. And después de is after. So what she's asking here is, in your free time after classes, what do you do? And he answers, voy al gimnasio para levantar pesas y al parque para correr. ¿Y tú? Voy is the yo form of ir. So voy means I go. And al is to. We're going to learn how to use that this chapter. So I go to the gym. Para when it's paired with an infinitive. Remember, an infinitive is a verb that ends in AR, ER, or IR. So when para is paired with an infinitive, it means in order to. So he's saying, I go to the gym in order to lift weights and to the park in order to run. ¿Y tú? And you? And she answers, hoy voy a mi trabajo. No voy a mi lección de piano. Today, I go to my job. I do not go to my piano lesson. Let's look at the second conversación. ¿Con quién vas al centro comercial? ¿Con quién is one of our question words from this chapter. It means with whom. With whom do you go? This is the to form of ir. With whom do you go to the mall? Y ella responde, voy con Guillermo y después vamos al cine. ¿Y tú? I go with Guillermo, and later, or afterwards, después can mean later or afterwards. Vamos al cine. We go to the cinema. This is the nosotros form of ir. So now on this page, we've already seen the yo, the tú, and the nosotros forms. I'll also go ahead and fill in for you that it's él va and ellos van. So she asks, and you? And he answers, Voy a la biblioteca para estudiar. Remember, para means in order to. So I go to the library in order to study. Afterwards, I go to the Café del Mundo con Lucila. Café is the same here as it is in English. Just means cafe, a place where you might go to drink a coffee or a tea or have a small sandwich, kind of like a Starbucks. On this last slide, we're going to look at a couple more places that we can go and one more conversation. La playa means the beach. El restaurante es un cognato, it's a cognate, means restaurant. El campo means country, but like the countryside. So not like Spain or Mexico, but I go out to the countryside. And las montañas are mountains. Let's look at this one last conversation. ¿Qué haces los domingos? What do you do? And this means on Sundays. Los literally means the, but this is how we say to do things, like on Sundays or on Saturdays or on Wednesdays. Y él responde, voy con mis amigos a la playa. I go with my friends to the beach. There, allí, we eat lunch. Allí comemos el almuerzo. Hay un restaurante muy bueno. There is a really good restaurant. Remember, adjectives come after the nouns that they describe. ¿Y tú? And you? So she says, generalmente voy al campo o a las montañas. Generalmente means generally. En español, in Spanish, when we see things that end in ly in English, usually they end in mente in Spanish. So the adverb equivalent for us is li, and for them it's mente. Generalmente voy al campo o las montañas. Generally, I go to the countryside or to the mountains. Make sure you have these words down that we just worked on. And also, before we move on, I want you to look over here at this box where you can find a couple more vocabulary words. These focus on different religious centers. Make sure that you copy them down into your notes today, please. La iglesia is church. La mezquita is mosque. La sinagoga is synagogue. And el templo is a temple. Remember, our goal this chapter was to answer the question, how can I talk about things that I do outside of school? So at the bottom of your notes, I would like for you to please write down these 3 sentence starters, or sentence structures, and then you're going to fill in the blank. So this one, para ir de compras, this is one of your vocab words that you'll need to identify. Voy al, and you'll fill in a place. Para hacer ejercicios, voy al, this will be another place. There's not one right answer. You can pick the place that is specific to you. And this one you'll need a verb. In order to blank, you use the infinitive verb after para, because we don't say like in order to I ride my bike. We say in order to ride a bike. So we'll use the infinitive there. Vamos al cine. Thank you for watching. As always, if you have any questions, please go ahead and write those down at the bottom of your paper so that we can remember to talk about them in class.